young fall, the old fall, the red hot mummers and the cold fall. From the early light to the black as night, they all fall in love. The fools fall, the wise fall, the wets, the sprinkled and the dries fall. From the men who drink to the men who wink, they all fall in love. You may believe your broker is very mediocre at playing with your stocks and bonds. At business he may blunder, yet he's the perfect wonder when he plays with blondes. Old maids who object fall, old men you never would suspect fall, even babies who can hardly crawl fall, 'cause they all fall in love. The wags fall, the boobs fall, the gold brick sellers and the roots fall. From the underbred to the overfed, they all fall in love. The good very oft fall, the hard shell Baptists and the softs fall, just to prove they believe in the fall of Eve, they all fall in love. The solemn undertaker is shyer than a Quaker as long as he is filling graves, but let him meet a missus who has some prejudices and he misbehaves. The angels on high fall, and men like Lindbergh who can fly fall, even boxers much too pure to fall, 'cause they all fall in love. Do you fancy a stroll? Oh, come on, yes. I'm feeling a little in the air, no doubt. I don't mind, there's a young filly, is that quite a pretty? She looks wonderful. The pet parakeets fall, the English sparrows on the streets fall, from the doves of peace to the wildest geese, they all fall in love. Small bookworms on shelves fall, amoebas even on themselves fall, from the early worms to the latest germs, they all fall in love. When strolling in a thicket, if you pick up a cricket and put him in a shady tree, you'll find a little later that he's become the pater of a family. The pigs fall, the sows fall, the bull walks in and all the cows fall, even mules that never fall at all fall, 'cause they all fall in love. There's something wrong.
Oh, something doesn't fit.
It's not right. Louise, should we get changed?
This is normal.
What is it? What is it?
Telling a story of someone that we never saw in the flesh, never knew, know next to nothing about, and yet
what?
we're a little bit in love.
Josephine Merriman, my namesake.
Winifred Elms, known as Hetty King Music Hall Performer.
Born Manchester, 1896, dead 1909.
Born New Brighton, 1883, dead 1972.
14 years.
89 years.
Young.
Old.
Brown hair.
Brown hair, then grey hair.
Green eyes.
Green eyes.
Ordinary looking.
Sometimes extraordinary looking.
Slim frame.
Slim frame.
Long legs.
Manly feet.
Small feet.
Dexterous fingers.
Lovely hands.
Practical.
Practical.
Short hair.
Likes short hair.
Broad shoulders.
Surprisingly broad shoulders.
Famous.
Bit different. Josephine Merriman, my namesake, and yet I know next to nothing about her. My great aunt. In my imagination, I invent her.
Okay. Was she kind?
She is kind.
She's kind.
She's kinda what? Kinda not seen.
Invisible.
Erased.
Irrelevant.
Inconsequential.
Hetty King, no relative, was seen.
Ah, married?
twice.
Sung,
Seen.
loved,
Performed around the world.
dressed as a man.
One of the great male impersonators.
And you can still find pictures of her or him on the web.
And video.
She's still here a bit, with us.
She remains. There are remains. There are artifacts, posters, pictures, songs, memories.
Josephine's book. Imagine this. I'm in a relative's house, helping clear old things out from the attic. As I'm moving boxes of dusty letters, newspapers from significant dates, and 1970s board games, I can hear this hum. Now this loft is crammed full of boxes, cases and bags, and I keep hearing this hum. Now at first I don't pay much mind, don't give it much attention, but it starts to demand. I move more and more things, and I keep hearing this noise. So, I decide to find the source of this noise. I move box after bag after black plastic sack. I move trunks and holdalls, shoe boxes and hat boxes, abandoned cupboards and Christmas trees, and I keep hearing this hum, like a noise in the night that in its repetition gets louder and louder in the head, if not in the attic. I move a rotten wooden crib and see a faint glow in a large pile of abandoned books. As I move more and more things to get to the noise, it gets louder and louder. I move a rotten old dictionary and see a small book, brown, ordinarily old, glowing, and the noise is coming from it. As I reach to the book and I touch it, the noise stops, the glowing stops, suddenly. I open the book, Ivanhoe, not a story I know, and I turn the pages, and I see a small pencil inscription. Josephine Merriman, aged 13, and a tiny pencil smiley face. I now have the warm glow.
Sounds implausible.
You think?
Yes.
Oh, shit. It does, doesn't it? Well, you know, how do I say that this is so special? How do I give such a light thing such great weight?
Tell the truth. Where'd you get it?
Nicked off my dishwasher shelf.
I see. Doesn't really give it the air of mysticism you want, does it?
No.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what you could do. Go and grab that cushion.
Okay.
Grab it. Okay. Just follow me on this one.
And do what?
Follow me up stage. Ellie, sweetie. Any chance? Just pop it on there. Put the book on there. Ellie, I just want a little spot on here, darling. Lovely. See?
Yeah.
Now you can tell the story however you want.
Yeah, but you know, I didn't know her. No one alive did. There's no photos, no diaries, no records, just fragments of half-remembered stories and a weight of silence.
That means you can tell the story however you want.
Can I? I can. I can tell it truthfully. I can give her a chance of living by being here with us, a chance of being in the room, like the sound in the attic.
Yeah. Do you think Hetty always wanted to be a performer? She first stepped foot on the stage at 6 years old.
Well, she didn't start dressing as a man until she was 22. By that time, I think she knew what she wanted, but I mean, age 6? What, do any of us know what we want or what we're going to be?
I did.
Oh, fuck off.
I did. Did you? As a very young gal, I remember prancing around my suburban Croydon back garden, looking longingly up to the sky and proclaiming to my nan and my mum, I either want to be an air hostess or an actress. I left drama school at 23 and I joined British Airways. I was totally conflicted. At the time, I had very long hair and I was sporting a very chic Ava Peron style bun, centre parting and slicked down, and I thought I looked very classy. Ferrero Rocher. Getting into British Airways was a really big deal. I was in heaven. 6-week training course, hell. And I really didn't know how it was going to work with my blossoming lesbianness. I was placed into a hostess house in Hayes with 3 other girls. Can't for the life of me remember 2 of them, but Caroline Burnside. And you were one fantastic, crazy, naive motherfucker of a fantastic chick. You became my pal.
I'm with the boys and we're chasing the girls into the toilets playing kiss chase. Them thinking I'm a boy. Miss, there is a boy in the toilets. Well, the headmistress or dinner lady escorts me from the loo, only to realise that it's Joe, and I'm actually a girl, but a tomboy.
Now Hayes is a shithole, but luckily enough, we're placed across the road, our house, from a great big pub. And after long days talking chicken and beef and jumping out of crash planes, Caroline and I would teeter across the road in our Navy regulation mid-rise court shoe and order a spritzer or 3. And it took me ages to realise that the other side of the pub is actually a strip joint. I must have been pretty bloody naive too.
My initiation test with the boys. Can I climb to the top of the climbing frame and touch the wall that leads to the railway line that is forbidden like a boy? Yeah, of course I can. And I did, and we were all caught and punished. We got the slipper. Roll up your trouser leg. I see no reason that you shouldn't receive the same punishment as a boy. Initiation test complete. It was only when I left the headmistress's office that I learned that I was the only one not to cry. Boys loved me. I was in their group.
I noticed 2 women with very short hair, and they looked really uncomfortable. One of them keeps looking at me. And I begin to sense that somehow she's able to see through my Ava Peron to my dark side. We get chatting, and I realise that they're girlfriends. How I ended up bouncing around with one of them in my single bed, I'll never know. But it was then, in that moment, that I concluded you can't hide being a friend of Dorothy, even behind a bun as big as Ava Peron.
The Lord!
Lovely Caroline, never had a clue.
Yeah, well, my great-great-grandparents didn't have a clue either. Josephine had a different body, a different shape. I imagine them talking to the doctors in hushed tones about Josephine, both doing their best to understand her, but not getting through the shame.
There's something wrong.
In turn, they are obsequious and upset, questioning and confused. They're baffled by her. They have a deep sense of who she is, but she's breaking a rule.
Something's not right.
It should be either or, not both and, one or another. Somewhere they're angry with her because in some way she's refusing to fit, refusing to be the way things just are.
It's not normal.
I mean, it's clear they care, but they can only do that with boundaries, can only do that properly when it's proper. They do their best to understand. They speak loudly about it by saying nothing.
That's not me.
Seem to get a little bit smaller from the weight of it all. 1970 something, and I am 8 years old, and my mum is taking me to the doctor.
Something's not sitting right. She's not doing the things that normal girls do. Something's amiss.
Fast forward 3 years, I'm now 11, and I'm going back to the doctor because I've not started my period.
Something's not right. She's not doing the things that normal girls do. Something's amiss. Something ain't sitting right.
Huh. A little bit of history repeating itself. I mean, I knew by the age of 11, like my great aunt, that I wasn't right. Whereas Josephine had,
Indistinct physiology.
I'm just a leser.
Check.
You know, I wonder if Josephine ever went to the music hall. I imagine she does.
It's November in Manchester. That means it's raining.
Josephine's been bold. She has gone home after school. She's caught the omnibus and made her way to the Queen's Theatre to catch the early evening show.
6 upstairs, 9 downstairs.
Sixpence. She thrusts her coins at the girl in the box office. It's all the money she's got, but enough to secure a seat in the gods.
She holds the little ticket in her hand, smiles and presses it against her chest, takes a deep breath, and for a second closes her eyes. She finds her seat at the back of the auditorium.
She's 13 years old, and the theatre's busy, the crowd raucous, auditorium full of cigarettes, cigars, smoke, street noise. I mean, this is not the kind of place where you'll find jewels and fur. This is where you'll find boots and the smell of gin.
15 minutes before the show starts, for Josephine, the atmosphere's electric, and she can feel something skipping in her tummy as her heart tumbles in her chest. She's here to see the king.
The first king of popular song.
She can barely contain her excitement.
Oh, I might burst.
She thinks.
Although Hetty's top of the bill, she's not the first on stage, of course. The crowd must wait for her as Josephine watches jugglers,
Singers.
magicians,
Comics.
and ventriloquists. She laughs appropriately and applauds well, but she's not fully there. She's living a bit in the future. She is out of time. She is waiting for Hetty.
It's time.
The thin band strike up energetically. Piccadilly, Piccadilly, the playground of the game. Piccadilly, Piccadilly, where the traffic goes one way. Hetty's foot hits the stage, the crowd cheer as she appears. Shiny silk top hat, tails, bright white silk scarf, cigar, surprisingly broad shoulder.